All right. All right, we're doing it live, chat. Welcome in. We're not really doing it live. This is pre-recorded, but it's going to be a longer one. My name's Ladder for the support player. I do a lot of support builds in the division. These are a few of my favorites, mainly healers. And we're going to talk about healers, what their role is, how they can do better, and what things that we can do to accentuate doing more things. So we're going to start quick. We're going to start easy. We're going to talk about future initiative. If you talk to anybody in the division community, you say, what's the best healer build? FI is usually what they'd say. Future initiative, we're going to talk quick. 2 pieces, 30% repair skills. 3 pieces, skill haste, and 30% duration. Ground control for the 4 piece. Increases you and your allies' total weapon and skill damage by 15% when at full armor. When you repair an ally, you and all allies within 5 meters of you are also repaired for 60% of that amount. So basically, I heal somebody that's next to them also gets 60% of those heals. The backpack talent allows that 60% to be 120%. So everybody gets buku amounts of heals. Really good build. We run the chest piece because it allows the team to get 25% more damage versus 15. We're running the Uzina named backpack, the setup, so that we get perfectly opportunistic when using a shotgun or marksman rifle. Perfect opportunistic allows enemies you hit take 15% more damage from all sources for 5 seconds. So that's more status damage, more skill damage, more weapon damage, you name it. Even melee damage. I run the Sweet Dreams. If you're running legendary missions or an incursion or a raid, you can get away with running the Sweet Dreams. I wouldn't recommend it for escalations. For escalations, I would probably throw on the Scorpion. We run in, you can also, people run the Lefty for the perfect sledgehammer talent as well. But we're running this to get more damage output for the team. We run BTSU to give everybody's skills back quicker. It helps people get their revives back. If they lose their revives in a fight, can't really go wrong with FI. We run skill, repair skill on everything and skill haste mods because it doesn't matter how much damage, and this goes for every healer. It doesn't matter how much damage you take, that's a hive charge. You want to get those hives back quicker. We put skill haste in the mod slots, chat, okay? That's what we do. We're going to switch over to the next one. We're going to talk about ongoing directive. This is one of my favorites. I crafted this a long time ago when ongoing directive had its new change, and Perfectly Overclock came out. I threw this together. Perfectly Overclock did not used to work with Smart Cover. It does now. Let me show you why I run it on this build. So everybody knows about ongoing directive. You kill a target, or you hit a target with a status effect. Why are these targets not going down? I think they're dead. Okay, so ongoing directive, you get a little marker. Why is he? He's not real. He's not real. He's not real. He's not there. Switching. Okay. So you hit a target, that 3 little bullet lines and the downward arrow. That means that if that target dies while that marks on him, you're getting bonus armor for the team. Okay, cool. Everybody knows about ongoing directive now. Status effects, reload speed. Shooting a status effect target marks them. Killing a marked target gives you a full clip of hollow point ammo and half of a mag for your teammates. A hollow point ammo increases your weapon damage by 20% and it applies bleed. So you can basically just keep that frickin' bleed going. I run with the blue screen. You can run with whatever you want. Iron Lung is also a really good choice here. But a lot of enemies, especially in escalation, are kind of immune to fire. But once we get those statuses out there, the blue screen does a really good job of keeping the status up at all times. Allows the team to get some bonus armor. All right, or bonus damage, excuse me. So, why are we running smart cover, you may ask? Or not smart cover. Yeah, smart cover. Why are we running smart cover, you may ask? And why are we running overclock? So overclock is, or without overclock, I would say, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We're looking at our charges here. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, so on, so on, so on, and so forth. When we have overclock active, the smart cover didn't used to proc overclock, which was a big gripe of mine when it first came out. They fixed it. Finally. Now, we saw those hive charges. We're going to watch those hive charges come back in real time here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It comes back 60% faster with overclock. It allows everybody's reload speed is faster if they're in the overclock range. They reload 30% faster, and their active cooldowns by 60%. 0.6 per second, so that's basically 60% faster. General math. It allows you to facilitate more damage to yourself, to your team with smart cover. And since you're losing out on BTSU, if you're in your smart cover, you can get your charges back relatively quick. And then if your smart cover's down, you can throw your hive out and you can get your smart cover back relatively quick. We're going to hit the skill haste button over here so that we're not cheesing it. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put smart cover up. 5, 6, 7, 9, 10. There we go. It's a lot faster now. But we're going to throw our hive. We're going to get rid of the smart cover. 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. You see how it every so slightly. 3, 2, 1, 0. Perfect. That cuts it in down. That smart cover's cooldown is crazy. It's a huge cooldown. But those aren't seconds. It's not actual seconds anymore. You can see that it goes 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Yeah, see? Those aren't even full seconds anymore. But anyway, that's why we do that. It's a fun little build, little damage support. That's why I like to run this one. Just gives a little bit more utility to the healer. It allows me to do a little bit more and allows me to do some damage. And suppressing enemies with status effects is always a good thing. We're running 4 pieces skill tier, 2-piece Brazos gives you skill tier, and Technician gives me 6 skill tiers. Okay, cool. Moving on. We're going to talk about measured assembly. We're going to talk about measured assembly for 2 reasons. Pippin's going to damage himself. We're running smart cover and hive here, and we're running the named everyday carrier, perfectly efficient. I wish it worked the same way, but using an armor kit has a 70%, 75% chance to not consume the armor kit. All right, you're good. So we're going to damage ourselves. I'm going to use a med kit. I don't have any med kits. I'm a bad streamer. Pippin's going to damage himself one more time. It's not giving me med kits. It's not giving me med kits. Hold on. Stay there. Okay. Pippin's gonna damage himself one more time. I ran out of medkits earlier. Alright, so now I use a medkit with the survivalist specialization. It allows it to heal him, so we're doing that in lieu of chems. We're running the survivalist crossbow. The medkit talent for that one allows your medkits when you're within range of a player, a teammate, to... It allows them to heal from your medkit. Specialization armor kit bonuses are increased by 100%. So your medkit does 100% more healing to your teammates. If it doesn't work that way, it should. But we're using it for the 75% chance to not consume the armor kit. Requires 10 seconds to arm the talent. Cool. Got it. Measured assembly, 2-piece skill haste, 3-piece repair skills and explosive resistance. Each skill tier receive 1 skill tier for each ally agent that is within your range of your hive or smart cover. We're using both. While at skill tier 6, having at least 1 ally agent in range of your hive or smart cover will grant overcharge for 15 seconds. Bloody, 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 blah. Have your teammates in range of your hive. Sounds like herding cats because it is. You can't frickin' do that. It's rare. It's rare. It's rare that happens. But what we do is we have our hive. Our hive, that range of your hive blocks enemy drones. It blocks mini tanks from flanking you. I believe it works on the freaking helicopters, but I'm not. I have tested it on the helicopters. It does work. It works on turrets in Tidal Basin. It works on those turrets. It keeps them down for a little while. But that being said, you can use your smart cover like a sticky bomb. Say that freaking drone operator is in the back line. You shoot that smart cover to where she's in cover. She can't even spawn the drones. Keep that in mind with measured assembly. All right, we're running BTSU to get her. Say our smart cover's down. Smart cover has a really long cooldown. We were just talking about that. You proc that. BTSU, you get your smart cover back. You can have your teammates in cover getting bonus armor while your hive charges are resetting. And it allows, everybody else's revive hives if they're down to come back. That's why we run measured assembly. It's one of the better. It's really, really good for legendary missions because of mini tanks. It works on heavy hives, and it works on drone operators. That's really the biggest thing. All right, we're going to talk about True Patriot. We're going to talk about True Patriot as a healer. We're going to talk about True Patriot as a healer. So True Patriot, 2 pieces, 30% ammo capacity, plus 3 pieces is magazine size. 4 pieces, you get red, white, and blue. Red, you get amp damage to the target. White, you get armor regen by shooting that target. And blue, that target does less damage to you. We're running the backpack, so that increases that damage. So you and everybody that's shooting at a red target does 12% more damage. Everybody that's shooting at a target that's marked white gets 3% armor regen while they're shooting at them. And then that target that's marked with a blue marker does 12% less damage to you. It's a really good buffing and debuffing build. You can run it as a tank. I have a tank version, I have a DPS version, and I have a healer version. I run my healer one way more often. I use the tank one in the raid. That's really the only time I use it. And that's to fight Gray in the very beginning. And it's just for fun. I don't use it all the time. But full flag, when enemies that die under the effect of all 3 debuffs create a 5-meter explosion dealing damage equal to their total health and armor, except for named enemies. It's a little bit lower. Pippin's going to come over here and shoot at these targets. So red, white, and blue. So red, he's doing more damage. And they explode, and that's where all the fireworks come from, if you've ever wondered. That being said, that's what this build does. You run BTSU, and I run Perfect Empathic Resolve to give everybody that's being healed 20% more damage. You can run Overwatch if you're doing a buff version of this where you're staying in cover. My tank version, I get rid of BTSU and put the setup here, and I'll have the Scorpion in place, and I'll have Uzina. I'm just throwing these together for right now for a second. This is just how my tank version's set up. My tank setups is a little bit different. I'm not switching all the pieces just for funsies, but this is the tank setup. You get buff all damage from Perfectly Opportunistic by 15%. You get buffed by 12%, so that's 28 or 27%. 27% just from these two pieces, plus the 12% for all the reds. That's another 12%, so that's 27, 28, 29. 39% plus the 20% from the Scorpion. That's 49. You can run it with the fire, the whatever this one's called. This one. Yeah, the flamethrower one. There's a buff in the skill tree for the fire starter specialization, whatever this one is, that whenever you're within 10 meters, everybody does more, like 10% more damage to enemies that are close to you. So that's you're just buffing your team by like a lot of damage. But anyway, that's the True Patriot. That's why I love True Patriot. It's a really good utility build. All right, we're going to talk about two more, and then we're out of here. We're going to talk about Coco. Coco, Concentrated Company. It sounds like a DPS, and it is. Here's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about two pieces. Is 10% weapon damage, 3 pieces, 30% weapon handling. 4 pieces, camaraderie. Shooting an enemy marks them for 7 seconds. When a marked enemy dies, you receive 1 damage of 3% weapon damage, 2% crit damage for every skill or ally that contributed to killing that enemy, including yourself. So if you get a 4-man squad, you can get to max stacks, which is 35, relatively quickly. Stacks decay once every 10 seconds, so it takes a long time to lose those stacks. But here's why we made it a healer. We made it a healer so we can get Overwatch to buff the team's skill and weapon damage. And we're running Coyotes just to give everybody a little bit more crit damage. If you don't know what Coyotes do, you get a bonus based on the distance of which you are shooting at an enemy. And here it is here. I'm going to let you read it. But we're running Coco as a healer. Pip, I'm going to have you come over here and shoot some stuff. So we're just going to mark these targets up. And the stacks, the marker lasts for 7 seconds. So if they're marked, they're dying. You see, so this little bar underneath my health bar, that bar is getting filled up. Now, this is just with 2 people, and I'm already at half stacks. So now, once we get up to full stacks here, we're close enough. But as you've noticed, my damage has gone up quite significantly. I want every healer out there to let me know when was the last time you, as a healer, was hitting 600k body shots and 900k headshot crits. Just go ahead and tell me that. Tell me the last time. But as you can see, this healer, so even I have 10 seconds of downtime before my stacks start to decay. I can throw some chems. I can throw my hive. I can do whatever. I can get back to shooting. And I'm getting You get new stacks back. And even with just me shooting and killing enemies, it allows me, say there's a rusher coming, I can kill that rusher on my own. I don't need to divert my DPS's attention to come save me as a healer. I've ran this up to tier 8. We've done pretty well with it. It also allows me to be, you know, a DPS too. It lets me have fun. It lets me shoot stuff. It's not really my thing, but it allows me to do two things at once relatively effectively. That's why I like running this build. Should I run empathic here instead? Yeah, technically. I should, because I get more damage to the team. Every time I heal them, they get 20% or 15% respectively, depending on if you're running the perfect empathic talent. But the Overwatch, I'm in cover most of the time anyway. I'm able to do this. I'm able to hide behind cover. I'm able to stay back. I'm able to heal my teammates. I'm able to do whatever I need to do, and I can still throw down with the best of them and do some damage with the team. But my piece de la resistance. We're gonna overcharge real quick. We're gonna talk about Cavalier. Now, Cavalier sounds like a tank for most people, but you look at it and it does a little bit more. So 2 pieces is Hasbro, 3 pieces is repair skills, 4 pieces is charging. For each second spent out of cover during combat, agents will get 5% reduced incoming skill damage, up to 50%. While fully charged, gain immunity to any movement speed debuff. So that's confused movement. That's if you're disoriented from a flashbang, you can still move, or a concussion grenade or whatever. Confused, blah, blah, blah. You get the point. You're immune. And share this with all of your agents. So you share all of these with your agents. All of your Hasbro and the incoming skill damage reduction with all allies for 10 seconds. That being said, we're running 100% Hasbro. I've got 105 because prototype, but 100% Hasbro. It's a little bit overkill, but we gets the job done. So with Cavalier, we're running 30% from the 2 pieces alone, and then for these 2 perfectly rolled Cavalier pieces, I've got 15% Hasbro. For just these 2 pieces alone, I'm at 60% Hasbro. 70, 80, 90 plus watch is 100. That and BTSU, you run empathic to let them have a little bit more damage. So you're buffing their damage. You're giving everybody 100% Hasbro 2/3 of the time. And here's why it's 2/3 of the time. We're running the backpack. So instead of 5% per tick, you're getting 10% per tick per second. So that being said, if you look under my health bar, it's starting to charge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now everybody has Hasbro for the next 10 seconds. And then it's down for 10 seconds. Or it's down for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hasbro for 10 seconds. Oh, but Mr. Ladder for the support player, that sounds a lot like Ortiz, which is the new gear set. New gear set. Ortiz, 2%. 2 pieces is skill efficiency. 3 pieces is repair skills. 4 piece healing skills duration and range are decreased by 90%, but their healing efficiency is increased by 150. Healing an ally with a skill will provide them 30% has protection for 10 seconds. Cooldown per ally is 10 seconds. Now you can match this with the new nurse's knee pads and then some Hasbro. Whatever. That's extra work. Run Cavalier. Cavalier is where it's at. You can give your whole team 100% Hasbro. And you're acting as a 100% healer. We love it. We love this. It's the best. And then Oh, somebody on the team died. They used their hive. Overcharge. Boom, they got their hive back. It's literally, it does everything. This healer has it all. You've got I run it with Gunner so that I can give the team a little bit extra ammo as well, because they get a little bit of ammo from the Gunner skill tree. Cavalier gives everybody Has-Pro. It gives them reduced damage from skills. I'm buffing their damage with empathic, and I'm giving them overcharge, and I'm resetting their cooldowns. And I'm a healer, so it does it all. That being said, guys, I got a few more things just to talk about real quick. Versus Birdie's backpack versus BTSU. I'm not gonna talk about just a basic high end healer build with Birdie's backpack. Your teammates have to die. You're trying to prevent that. You're a healer. That's your job, is to prevent that. People will inevitably die, especially with these escalations. You get up to tier 10, they're gonna die. We're gonna you get 50% damage resistance for 5 seconds after reviving anybody. Cool, great. Don't let them die. Run BTSU. BTSU is just superior, in my opinion. Don't come at me. It allows, if they do die, they got the revive hive. Freaking hit them with it. And then if you're a healer, you can be like, all right, hey, cool. I'm giving you your hive back. Throw it at freaking so-and-so to pick them up. Right? It allows a lot of extra leniency with the BTSU. We're going to talk about repair skills versus skill haste mods. Repair skill, you don't really want repair skill mods. We talked about this a little bit earlier. Because it doesn't matter what your repair skill is. If somebody takes a little bit of damage, that's a hive charge. It's immediately going to go out. So what you really want is skill haste mods, just so you can get your chem up, and you can always have chem launches. And then one tip for the DPS players, especially for us healers in the heal economy: stay the freaking cover. Even if you're not in cover, find something tall like this. Pippin, go ahead and shoot me like you were shooting me earlier. You see how I can only see half of his body. I can see half of his body. And he can even take a step back from the cover and then lean in a little bit. And then I get him healed up and he's back in the fight. He's not poking his head up. And you can see him from all angles. Find a piece of cover. It helps with the heal economy. It helps us manage chems. It helps us manage heals. That being said, I appreciate your time. I'm your friendly neighborhood support player. Without further ado, bye, miss you.